Yes! Alrighty! What's up, everybody? My peeps, you sexy bitches! What's going on, everybody? It is I, your tribal god of extreme. Put up your ones and acknowledge the prophecy, the greatest thing since sliced fucking bread. And acknowledge me, your tribal god of extreme, Peter Joseph, here once again for a Tuesday night video. Right here on the main channel, Killer of Demons 66. Ooh, yeah! Night! And as always, thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video, hit that subscribe button down there, dude, in my pants, otherwise known as the description box below. So show your love and support to all those channels. Make sure you leave a comment on the video if you like. You don't have to, but if you want to, please do that. But if you leave stupid comments, you're getting sent to the Shadow Realm. You're gonna get eaten by Satan, and your soul will be taken. So, because Satan will pretty much swallow your soul! If you don't know where that reference comes from, bonus points. But some of you don't even know where it comes from anyway, so fuck you, man. But anyway, you leave stupid comments, you're gonna get sent to the Shadow Realm. You'll never be heard from again. So kiss my ass. But for everybody else who wants to leave a comment on the topic of the video, then please, you can do that. And that's that. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Share the video all over the internet. And most importantly, tap and slap that bell. Turn on all notifications so you don't miss a fucking thing. Because if you do, I'm going to come to your house and slap you silly and make you watch my videos. Because you're pretty much SOL if you forget to hit the bell. I'll come to your house, slap you in the face, and tell you you're SOL. And if you don't know what that means, I'll slap you even more. Because if you don't know what SOL means, God forbid, look it up, you lazy fucks. And that's all I gotta say about that. And if you're brand new here for the very first time, my friends, welcome to the party, pal! We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax, put your feet up, grab a cold one, whatever you got. As always, we got the Rockstar Energy Drink. We got the good stuff here. We got the good stuff. We got Rockstar, we got vodka, we got everything, man. We have a party in Casa del Joseph. Gotta buy more. I gotta buy more vodka for the you-know-who. But, because she is a freaking raging alcoholic. But, no, I'm kidding, she's not. But, we have fun here sometimes, usually on the weekends. But, anyway, where we're not busy doing other things. Not that type of thing, that's something else. But we'll talk about that later. But anyway, but whatever you got, juice, soda, water, your beverage of choice, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. And like I said, if you like it, great. You don't, go fuck yourself. Go to your dead channel that nobody fucking cares about. And do your own shit. Go get clout. Go get your own clout views of people's names. That's all you can get, because you can't get anything else off any other topic. That's a fact. That's all I gotta say about that. Moving on. So if you like the video, like it, great. You don't, go fuck yourself. That's pretty much it. So, thank you for all your support, and yeah, we're rolling on, ladies and gentlemen. We're rolling on. As we pretty much the final week of February, we begin March on Saturday. It should be a pretty good month of March. We got April coming up with WrestleMania and a whole lots of events coming up between March and April. It's gonna be insane, ladies and gentlemen. Insane in the membrane. Like tonight's NXT show from Cincinnati, Ohio. NXT versus TNA in a few matches. Moose takes on Lexis King, supposedly for the Heritage Cup Championship. I don't know why, but so we'll see what happens with that. Maybe a guy named Oma, who Femi might show up. So we'll see what happens with that. And a whole lot. We got the return. The return to WWE and the NXT debut of the Hardy Boys. Matthew Hardy did it. Broken Red Hardy, yes, wonderful. He's back along with his good brother, you know what I knew you'd come back. Jeff Hardy, dude! That's going to be exciting tonight. And, get this, the Hardy Boys ain't leaving anytime soon. They're going to be around through the summer, I've heard, on the main roster to do a little run on the main roster before they kind of hang it up for good. Maybe next year they'll be in the Hall of Fame. Then again, this year, who knows? I haven't heard anything about the Hall of Fame. We only got 2 people in the Hall of Fame. That's Hunter and Michelle McCool. I haven't heard anything else lately about the next members of the Hall of Fame. But we probably be getting them in the next couple weeks, but we'll see what happens with that. But should be a great NXT tonight on the CW11. Coming up in about 45 minutes from now. So, stay tuned. And I will be doing my NXT review a little bit later tonight over on my Peter Joseph channel. So stay tuned, hit the bell, and don't miss it. As I'll come to your house and make you watch it. I'll torture you to death to watch my videos. No, make it stop! No! Watch it! Watch it or die! Pretty much. So we got that. Alright, hope everybody had a great Tuesday. Nice and warm here in the Northeast. It's going to be warm tomorrow and Thursday. We're getting a little bit of rain. I got a little bit of rain today. I didn't even see it, but whatever. We're getting rain on Thursday and then, going to be like near 60 on Thursday and Saturday. And then down the drain goes for a little bit. And then back up to start the first official week of March. So, weather's getting a little bit crazy, you know. Next Sunday is daytime savings time, March the 9th. So, spring ahead, we spring forward an hour, so 2 o'clock would become 3 o'clock, so we lose an hour of sleep. Actually, I think we gain an hour of sleep, or whatever it is. Gain, lose, whatever. You're sleeping anyway. So that's pretty much it. So, spring is almost upon us, another couple weeks away. And then right around the corner is Easter, my friends. Can't wait. Can't wait. Can't wait. Baseball, spring training is already fully in effect. Mets lost again today. 8-5 to Houston. Beatty got a home run. Siri had a bomb. I mean, you know, it's spring training. I don't really give 2 fucks. I know Frankie Montez is hurt. How long? Don't know. Sean Mania, the so-called tribal chief, maybe starting the season on the IL. Not good. Nick Madrigal dislocated his shoulder. Who knows what's going to happen to him? So it begins, ladies and gentlemen, the spring training curse that every team has. Injuries galore going into the season. Ugh. Get that. And then I'm hearing Brandon Ayuk. I'm hearing 49ers that Ayuk and Debo might be traded. What else is new? What else is new with the 49ers in the offseason? What else is new? It's the way it is with my teams. The way it is. Rangers got blitzed the other night, 8-2. Ouch. Not good. Not good. And the Rangers are fighting for a playoff spot. Whether they make the playoffs or not, I don't even think they'll go far, but we'll see what happens with that. But in any case, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you had a great day, and if not, well, too bad for you. I had a pretty productive day, and then, that's that. Got some good news regarding a couple of things, going into the next couple of months, so, I got some things, paperwork for my job I have to sign, and that's going into April and May, so, we'll see what happens with that. But lots of good things happening as I hit the spring and the summer. And, like I said, I will be here pretty much through, WrestleMania. And hopefully through, Memorial Day. After that, we'll see. Depends on my, work schedule. because it's going to be changing right after Easter. So that's when I got the mail today. Just had to sign some paperwork and had to send it back on by the weekend. So, but it is what it is, and that's all I gotta say about that. I talked for 10 fucking minutes. All right, before we get to NXT, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your late and out-of-date Monday Night Raw on Netflix review. For last night, February the 24th, 2025, the Raw Go Home show before the Saturday night's Elimination Chamber from Toronto, Canada, at 6:30 on your local, wherever you watch it from. Maybe Netflix, Peacock, or a regular stream like Bleacher Report or Thriller or whatever you're gonna watch it from. Alright, so we're counting down the days to the Elimination Chamber. Lots of things to talk about. The main event of the show was for the women's tag team belts. We got The Glow, Naomi, and Bianca Belair teaming up against former two-time champions Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. And we'll see what happens with that and a whole lot more on your 2.5, sometimes a little bit more than 2.5 hour cure for insomnia, and that is Monday Night Raw. Alright, since we're in Cincinnati tonight for NXT, last night we were in Cincinnati but at a different arena, so we are emanating from the Heritage Bank Center in Cincinnati, Ohio is for pussies. So we get that, and our commentary team every Monday night, the legend Mitchell Cole and Pat McAfee, who got locked in a porta potty thanks to CM Punk. Oy, oy, oy. Okay, we go there. Alright, so we move on with that. Okay, that's something else. But in any case, ladies and gentlemen, blah, 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 blah. MT blah. Blah, blah, tell blah. Okay. Alright, so we start off the show with a bunch of people coming into the arena. And then we start off with that schmuck, Logan Paul, or as we call him, Logan Small. So he comes out, talks about how much he hates Cincinnati and how he knows what a pathetic place this is. Well, yeah, Cincinnati's not a great city. But it has probably one of the greatest theme songs ever. Baby, have you ever wondered what something can be? I'm in WKRP in Cincinnati. Booger! Oh. If you never watched WKRP in Cincinnati, you are missing out. That's my childhood right there, man. Les Nessman and Johnny Five, Big Johnny. Big Johnny Fever. Booger! You move on with that. Donnie Anderson, she was hot. Hot. She was hot. Well, that's that. So, alright, so Logan Paul's not a big fan of Cincinnati, and they're not a big fan of you either. So, he says, I was flying in and told my pilot to turn around so I can go back home to Cleveland. Oh, boy. Cleveland's not a great city either. You know why? Because it's the home of the Rock and Roll Hall of Shame. But I digress. So, he's like, I told my pilot to turn around and go back to Cleveland, but then I decided to perform for all you losers because I'm humble. Yeah, mumble humble. Anyway. So, Logan says, the last time I was on Raw, I beat Rey Mysterio to punch my ticket to the Elimination Chamber. And on Saturday night, I will punch my ticket to WrestleMania. And go for Cody's title. We got that. Then, we hear the music of CM Punk. So, Punky Brewster comes out. And, like I said, Pat McAfee tells a story about Punk trapping him in a porta potty earlier in the day. that's that. So Logan says, I don't get why you or the fans don't like me. I think, Punk, you're jealous. I think you fans are jealous of me. No, you just suck. But Punky Brewster talks about how Logan Paul is nothing but a bunch of one-liners to incite a reaction. The fans deserve better than that. And then Logan's like, hey, that's funny. That's funny. You're funny. And then Logan talks about Punk coming back, you know, in a great moment. And Punk's like, yep. And then he tore his little tricep. Aww. And then the fans are chanting for me. And then Punk admits that the names do change. And the names Logan Paul's been mocking, including himself, are legends and history makers. He says, Logan, you're just a flash in the pan, and the people aren't going to remember who the hell you are. And on Saturday, I am going into the chamber. I am going to win and go on to WrestleMania, where I will make history. But on the other hand, you will make history as well, Logan, and we will go face to face. And then, that's it. It's like, you're a nobody, you this and that. Then they go face to face, and then Logan Paul, they back up a little bit. Logan Paul then smacks the shit out of CM Punk, and then goes, hey, I'm out of here, bye, bye. So he goes to leave, and then Punk says, run while you can, because there is no running in the Elimination Chamber. There's no way out either. So we get that. So let's see what happens with that. Maybe a tease to Punk versus Logan Paul, which will suck dick royally at Mania. But we'll see what happens with that. And we move on. Alright, first segment, 3.25 out of 5 stars. Okay, off and running on Monday Night Raw. Alright, then we're gonna look back at last week where a good buddy, Pentagon Zero Miedo. He had a deal with Ludwig, Marcel Barthel, and Pete fucking Dunne, otherwise known as Butch. And now we're getting a triple threat match out of all this. So we get to our first match of the night. Pete fucking Dunne, Pentagon, and Marcel Barthel in a triple threat match. This was epic. Epic match. Starts off with Butch kicking Marcel to the floor. And then Marcel comes back in. Pentagon hits a backstabber out of the corner. He teases a flippy dibbity-doo, but Marcel gets out of the way, which allows Pete Dunne to hit a knee off the apron to take him down. And then Pentagon dives onto both of them for a break. We come right back. Come back with a Tower of Doom spot, leaving Pentagon to chop them to death. All into reverse sling blades. And then Marcel and Butch are sent to the outside. We get a big flippy dibbity-doo by the Luchador Pentagon, which was great. And then he goes in the ring for a cover, and Pete Dunne had to make the save. He hits the bitter end on Pentagon. I was like, uh-oh, there goes Pentagon's undefeated streak. That gets broken up by Marcel. And then Pentagon gets right back up, gives Pete Dunne the sacrifice, breaks his arm, and then Marcel breaks up the Pentagon driver, and then he hits his wind-up DDT on Pete Dunne. 1, 2, 3, probably Marcel Barthel's biggest win on Raw so far in his Raw career. And he wins in under 7.5 minutes, so Pentagon stays undefeated, look great, look strong, but still undefeated in WWE as of right now. So, match was great, 3.5 out of 5 stars. And that's it. Great match. Great match between all three of those great people. We get that. Alright, then we get a video for John Cena. Hi, kids. Hi, kids. I'll do it for the kids, children. I'm gonna win number 17 for you, children. You can't see me. Right, Knuckle Shuffle? Okay. So we got a video for Cena wanting to win the Elimination Chamber so he could go on to win the 17th title at Mania. Might be a good chance there, but I'm hoping not. But we'll see. So we got that. Alright, then we go to Jackie Redmond, excuse me. In the front row, all the way in the top. She's there with the Raw Women's Champion, Mommy! Rhea Ripley, my brutality! Yes, who do? Gucci. Okay. Alright, so Rhea Ripley's with Jackie Redmond, and in theory she's going to defend the belt against the winner of the Elimination Chamber at Mania, but next week she has to face my third amazingly hot Asian wife, and that's Io Sky. Scrumptious. Rhea mentions that they haven't faced each other in 5 years. And I think the last time they did fight was in 2020, which was, during the pandemic, when Charlotte was the NXT World Champion, and then it was at In Your House 2020, where Io won the NXT title, I believe, for the second time, against Rhea and Charlotte. That was a good match, but still, moving on. But they haven't faced each other in pretty much 5 years, but we're gonna finally see it next Monday on Raw. And Rhea's like, I haven't beat Io. That's right, you're 0-2. And Rhea says, I've gotten a lot better since then. And she lists a few people that she already beat. I mean, Liv Morgan, Charlotte, I think. She mentioned a few people. And then Io Sky comes in looking amazingly hot, like my dick hard. Sell that. Anyway, so she comes in and says, I beat you before, and I will beat you again on Monday and take the title of WrestleMania. I hope, but doubtful. And then they stare at each other very respectfully. So, we'll see what happens on Monday with Rhea and Io. And, we'll see if Io goes to Mania as the champ, or, well, don't know what she's going to do at Mania. Because who knows when Kyrie and Asuka are going to come back. I don't even know they're medically cleared yet. So we got all that. So I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we get a little video for the 3rd episode of LFG. That little program that you know and love on Sundays. Starting off Superstar Sunday, LFG. Then we go to Rivals, and then WWE's Greatest Moments. So we got that. So episode 3 will have the Road Dogg, Jesse James. The badass Billy Gunn, the New Age Outlaws. No, well, Billy Gunn won't be there, but Road Dogg will be there to talk to the rookies. And see what happens from there. So far, the first 2 episodes have been pretty damn good. I hate BJ Ray. I think he's a fucking prick. So if you're listening, BJ, you know what? You can go fuck yourself. Oh, dude, I'm gonna show you how it's done in Orange County, on the west side. Yeah. Come over to New York. I'll take you to the extreme and beyond. And you'll be going back to Cali in a body bag, you fucking prick. I digress. How dare you try to say something to the goat of all goats, and that is The Undertaker. And Bully Ray pretty much ripped you a new a-hole. This guy has no respect for the business. He thinks he's hot shit. He's like an Enzo Brian Christopher wannabe. That's what he is. Schmuck. I don't see what Bully Ray says. Oh, he has potential. Yeah, potential to get his ass handed to him. I'm just saying. All right, so we move on. So the Road will be on episode number 3 this Sunday night on A&E. There we go from there. All right, moving along. All right, there we go to our second match of the night. Tag team match player. We got the New Day of Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. All right, they're in action against the LWO of Joaquin Wilde and Raul Mendoza without Dragon Lee. We know Zelina Vega is on SmackDown, so basically the LWO is just Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee and the other two guys. Alright, so we get that. Before the match, New Day brags about how the fans should be glad that they're in the arena and that the New Day are in your city. But the LWO comes out, they start a big brawl, and it's also with Joaquin Wilde stomping on Xavier Woods in the corner, grabs an upside down choke in the ropes. Yeah, that all rhymed, by the way. Then a springboard missile dropkick pulls Xavier down again, and then Raul Mendoza comes in for a kick to head in the corner, and then a springboard Hurricane Rana drops Xavier Woods again, and then Kofi Kingston! No bridges, Raul Mendoza to the floor, they take over, and then an alternating stomps in the corner, sets up the running dropkick to give Xavier Woods a near fall. And then Raul Mendoza somehow gets away, gets the hot tag to Joaquin Wilde to pick up the pace, including a tornado DDT to Xavier Woods. And then goes to the pin, Kofi breaks it up. And then we get something like a Doomsday Device, but it wasn't a Doomsday Device. It was a backbreaker top rope double stop combo. Say that 5 times fast. And the New Day get the win in just about 5.5 minutes. So there you go. So the New Day, still heels, and now, starting to get some wins under their belt. And we'll see what happens with that. Match was alright, 2.5 out of 5 stars. After the match, they continue to beat down until Dragon Lee comes in for the save, but the New Day beat his ass too. So why'd come out? That's pretty much all I gotta say about that. Alright, after that, we go to the Judgment Day Clubhouse, where we see Fiend Balor starts yelling even more at Dominic Guerrero. That's Eddie's son, right, Eddie? That's my son! He's a great man! Why is that guy yelling at him? My son! He's yelling at my son, that pendejo! A gringo! Well, Finn Balor's not a gringo. He's kind of Irish, But he's still a gringo! Okay, whatever. He's a demon, too. He dresses up in the face paint and thinks he's a demon. I don't like that. I respect God. Okay. He's a good wrestler, though. Not as good as me! Okay. Imagine Eddie Guerrero and Finn Balor going at it. That would be some good shit. Alright, so Fiend Balor starts yelling at Dom Dom. Carlito's over there playing WWE 2K25 even more. And then the lovely Raquel Rodriguez and Dom's basically girlfriend, Liv Morgan, are there. So Finn's yelling at Dom for some odd reason. And Carlito's trying to keep the peace. So Dom calls out Finn for losing last week to Seth freaking Rollins. As well, since Dom I think lost to, I forget who. Or he got beat up. Oh yeah, he got speared to death by Braun Breaker. And he lost to AJ in the process. So, yeah, Finn's got a point. So Dom yells at Finn for losing last week as well. And again says that we're going to get a new member. And then Finn Balor's like, nope, that ain't happening. And I say that I'm going to fix this by myself. Right? So Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez come in, and Liv says that things will look up after me and Raquel win back the women's tag team belts. And then Finn's like, I'm happy with anyone winning at this point, but aren't you guys worried after what you girls did to Jade Cargill? So Liv says, we didn't do it. Yeah, because Bianca did it. And they both agree to handle their own business. And then Carlito grabs an apple and is like, ooh, it's apple. Yellow apple. I thought he was going to eat it. I spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool. Golden apple. Not as cool as golden banana. You ever played Donkey Kong Country, you know what that means. Golden banana. Actually, that's from Discworld, but okay, we'll go with that. Moving on. Alright, so we'll see what happens later on with Liv and Raquel. Moving on. Alright, so I gave that segment 2.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we go to some wrestlers, like Tiffy Tiff and Liv Morgan and a few others, opening Topps wrestling cards and being excited about what they got. I got Dum-Dum! I got my Dum-Dum! Okay, Liv, calm down. It's just a freaking card. Are you gonna jack off to it? Don't answer that. I like to have the Topps cards of Asuka, Kairi, and Io on my wall, but I can't find those goddamn cards. Moving on. Hey, if anybody wants to send me those Topps cards, let me know. That's it. Blah, blah, blah. Alright, so we move on with that. Alright, then we have the World Heavyweight Champion. His name is Walter. He comes out, he's all ready to fight. He understands the fans are excited to see him because he's going to be wrestling some unnamed opponent coming up. And, where am I? I lost my spot. I lost my spot. There we go. Okay, here we go. But before we get to that, I want to talk about facing Jey Uso, the Yeet Man, at Mania. And as the weeks go by, we're pretty much 7 weeks away, my friends. I'm warming up to the idea because I will get the chance to humiliate Jey and the Yeet Circus for good. And that's why I offered Adam Pearce the chance to have the World Heavyweight Champion in action on Monday Night Raw on Netflix against a hand-picked opponent. So who should it be? This guy, Akira Tozawa. Oh, Jack Farmer's jerking off in his pants because that's his boy. Sorry, Jack. But anyway. Non-title match, so we get to that match. And, hey, Tozawa, hey, give for his credit, he held his own. Was getting the living shit bit out of him, chopped to death. But before the match even happens, Walter points out that he came into the building, saw Alpha Academy doing a TikTok dance for the people. He says, me and Alpha Academy got a few things in common, such as picking up their lives to come to America, wrestle for the WWE. Tozawa has wasted his chance, just like Jey is going to do at Mania. And then he mentions last week, Pat McAfee said anything can happen on one night. And he says, well, Tozawa has a chance to do that as well. So we get all that. Alright, so it starts off with Tozawa striking away, gets kicked in the face. Mitchell Cole references WKRP in Cincinnati. You gotta love it. Gotta love that show. It probably has the greatest theme song in history. Anyway, so Walter obliterates Tozawa with a mean old chop. Then they go back and forth. Tozawa gave Walter a run for his money, but then Walter put him in a Boston Crab. Tozawa got the ropes. And then Walter chops him again to death, sets up another powerbomb attempt. He hits the powerbomb, but then Walter picked him up at 2 to do more damage. He locks in a 1905 sleeper, and Tozawa goes to sleep. Alright, so the match was under 3 minutes. Did I say under 3 minutes? I did. And that's that. Alright, match I gave 2.25 out of 5 stars. And after the match, Walter continues to beat down on Tozawa. And then the big man, Otis, comes in. But Walter puts him to sleep right in front of Maxine Dupri, who could have just low-blowed Walter in his nutsack. Just stood there, somebody help him! Well, Walter pretty much put Tozawa and Otis to sleep until Jey Uso, the Yeet Man, comes out and everybody's doing the Yeet! Yeet! And that's pretty much it. Alright. 2.5 out of 5 stars for that. Alright, then we see a clip of Mitchell Cole on the Logan Paul podcast, Impulsive, talking about his chemistry with Pat McAfee. And then go back to the arena. Pat praises Cole for everything he's done, but then he mocks Michael Cole's choice of shirt on the show, and he's like your shirt was all unbuttoned and, showed your ugly fat stomach. That was funny. What's the matter, Cole? You can't dress yourself? What the fuck is wrong with you? You look like a bum. That's that. Alright. So we move on from that. Alright, then we get back to the action. Women's Intercontinental title on the line. Lyra Valkyria, I believe, defending the belt for the first time. Takes on the woman she beat to get the title in the finals, and that was Dakota Kai from Damage Control. And it was a pretty good match. They start fast. They go to the floor, and Dakota hits a flip dive off the apron, and then proceeded to trip over the freaking cameraman, the cable, the other the backup guy was supposed to, get out of the way. Great job, Stu! Anyway, get back in the ring, and Lyra fights out of the tree of, whoa! And then, they go at it until Dakota Kai hits a scorpion kick. But Lyra uses her super Sina strike, picks her up with a powerbomb for a near fall. Dakota comes right back with the chiropractor for another near fall, but then, sadly, Lyra comes right back, grabs Nightwing, 1, 2, 3 to retain the Women's Intercontinental title. I just don't know why they're pushing Lyra to the moon. She beats Io, not once, but twice. Now she's beaten Dakota Kai, not once, but twice. Why did you give her the belt? It should have been Zelina Vega. I'm just saying. Alright, match wasn't anything to write home about, so I gave it 2.25 out of 5 stars. After the match, Code of Honor, you love to see it, but then Ivy Nile ruins that and jumps both ladies. And, we'll see what happens with that as we move on. Alright, then we get a video of, for the Kevin Steen Generico feud, once again happening at the Elimination Chamber. We saw last week where last week on SmackDown where Kevin went to Sami Zayn's house. He was outside the house talking while Sami was playing with his wife and kid. He says, "I'm gonna hurt you." Blah 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 blah. All right, so then we get a sit-down interview with Kathy Kelly and Sami from early in the day. Sami reveals that something else happened over the weekend. I wonder what that was. And Sami was shaken and says he went to Kevin's house. Oh, he went to... They didn't even show that. Why? Kevin goes to Sami's house, and they don't show Sami going to Kevin's house? Come on now. So he's like, I went to Kevin's house and no one was home, but he did run into Kevin Owens' mom. Interesting. They caught up a bit, had a nice kitty chat, but when he got home, he was ashamed of himself for going over there in the first place. So he talks about the long history between him and Kevin, and it's the first time that family has gotten involved, so it's getting a little personal, y'all. And that has Sammy wondering what the two of them are capable of doing right now. And while people are looking forward to the match, they should be worried about what Kevin is gonna go through, and it's not gonna be pretty. He says you better be ready to get your ass handed to you. It's gonna be barbaric. It should happen at Mania, but we're getting it now. Now, not then. Now, everything is happening right now. It's happening right now. Well, what happened to then? We missed it. Who? What? When? Now. Spaceballs reference. But we move on with that. Alright, so we'll see what happens with Kevin and Sammy this Friday night on SmackDown and at the Elimination Chamber. It's going to be a brutal, unsanctioned war. So we'll see what happens with that. Moving on. Alright, so I gave that 3.25 out of 5 stars. That's that. Alright, then we go to the back. We see Bianca Belair. She's Bianca Belair. She flees with her hair. That's actually her hair. She's Bianca Belair. And the woman who feels the glow every single night. And so does Jimmy Uso. That's Naomi. The tag team champions are all ready to face Liv Morgan and Raquel. That's coming up a little bit later. But first, we're going to look back at Braun Breaker, the Intercontinental Champion, and AJ Styles. Brawling last week, Braun destroys Dom Dom, and then he takes off his shirt, throws it at AJ. AJ with the epic catch. You can play for the Mets if you wanted to. And we get that. Alright, so then we go to a non-title match. Braun Breaker taking on Dom Dom with Carlito at ringside. Match wasn't great. Ends in a DQ after pretty much Carlito and the rest of the Judgment Day come out. After Braun breaks off the Eddie Guerrero frog splash. Broke that up. Hits a super Frankensteiner. He's about to load up the spear, and then Carlito and company come in. They grab Braun Breaker for disqualification in a little over 3 minutes. Did I say a little over 3 minutes? Yes, I did. So we get that. Match was 2.5 out of 5 stars. Afterwards, a big beatdown is on, but Braun fights back. Hits a mega spear on Carlito. Tore him in half. And then Braun and Finn Balor have a little stare down. And they talk about possibly a triple threat match at Mania for the Intercontinental title between Braun Breaker, Finn Balor, and AJ Styles, which would be great. But then again, we'll see. So they have a little stare down as both might be turning face. I don't know. So we'll see what happens with all that when we move on. Alright, then we're going to look at The Rock, Dwayne's really long speech on SmackDown, probably one of the most awkward segments in SmackDown history, where he tries to get Cody to be his champion, go corporate Cody. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. We'll see on Saturday night. We'll move on. Alright, then we go to the back. Ivy Nile is all ready to take out Lightning Valkyria. I think we get that match next week. And then we find out that the Creed brothers are going to face War Machine next week for the tag team titles. And then we see War Machine run in. They have a big brawl with Julius and Brutus. And that's pretty much it. Alright, so I gave all that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we go to Cody! MDK Cody, you missionary bitch! Alright, so Missionary Cody comes out for another boring as fuck promo. Talks about The Rock offering him to join forces with him at the Chamber. He says it's a very complicated situation. It's not about me. It's not about him. You know, it's about my wife, my daughter, my other family members. On top of that, I have a legacy of my dad, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. I love my bacon. I love the bacon, baby. I love my son, Cody. I did hard time, but I survived. Look at that. Alright, then Seth freaking Rollins comes out, looking like a fruit roll-up. Oh, I was getting hungry. I was like, where's my fruit roll-ups? Woman! So Seth comes out, says, I would love to welcome you back to my show with open arms, congratulate you on your success, and get ready to face you at Mania after I win the chamber, but I can't do that. And he asks Cody what he's thinking right now. Talks about a year ago they were getting ready to face The Rock and Roman on night 1 of WrestleMania, and now Cody is considering joining up with The Rock. Huh? And says like, the fact that you, Cody, didn't slap Rock in the face on SmackDown this past Friday night is an insult to me. And he's like, what do you get out of this? Big parts in movies, social media followers. He's like, if being WWE Champion is that much of a burden on you, Cody, it's not too much of a burden on me. And then Cody says The Rock asked him for his soul because Seth might already be compromised. And then Seth brags about his history of turning on people, mainly, you know, when he turned on Roman and Dean Ambrose, hitting Roman in the back, hitting Jon Moxley with the chairs and everything else. Blah, blah, blah. But he was also Cody's shield at Mania to get the belt. With one leg that is scrambled back, you were the MVP of WrestleMania there, Seth. And you helped the Rhodes family achieve their greatest victory, getting the Undisputed title. Seth seems a little taken back by that, and says that he has made some mistakes which can eat you up with hate. And he's like, I don't want to hate you, Cody, so please don't make me regret what I did to help you out. And then that's it. The segment ends. So, good segment there. By Cody and Seth. Seth continues on. He says, at the end of the day, Cody, you can make your own decisions, but I want to face you at Mania, and face the Cody that has beaten him like three times already, 4 times already. Remember that shit, like 2023, which was bad. Anyway, so he's like, I want to face the Cody that I helped crown him as WWE Champion last year. I'm not coming for your soul, Cody, but I am coming for your title. And that's it. Then he leaves for good. So that was pretty damn good. So I gave the segment 3.25 out of 5 stars. So we'll see what happens with all that on Saturday night. That's that. Alright, then we get a preview of an interview with Logan Paul, which will air in full on the kickoff show. From who? I don't know. Don't care. So we get that. So we move on. Then we get the Elimination Chamber rundown. We get that. Then we take a look at Jade Cargill, who attacked her. We see her getting attacked, which resulted in Naomi getting her share of the women's tag team belts, thanks to, so she's part champ. And, there's a chance that Liv and Raquel Rodriguez did it, though they denied any involvement in it, even though we saw them in a parking lot. We didn't really see them attack them. So it's just assuming, and we all know what happens when you assume. So we get that. So let's see what happens in the main event. Alright, then we go to the trainer's room where Jey Uso checks on Akira Tozawa. And it seems like Akira's going to be okay. But in any case, he leaves the trainer's room to go outside. And he runs into A-Town Down Under. Oh, he did it. Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, who mock him for his friends getting hurt over and over and over again. So Jay's like, I got no time for you guys. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna do I'm gonna do my other thing. Yeet. And then they start mocking him with the yeet. Jay tries to leave again. Grayson Waller says Walter is going to destroy you at Mania. So Jay then comes back. He says, I promise to win the belt at Mania. And maybe even Austin Theory, can get in on the yeeting, which he kind of gets caught doing. And then Grayson's like, what the fuck you doing? And then Jay super kicks Grayson Waller for no apparent reason. Alright, so we get that. Alright, so I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. And we move on. Alright, then we're going to run down on what's coming next week. We got Io and Rhea Ripley for the women's title. We got War Machine taking on the Creed Brothers for the Raw Tag Team titles. Maybe a title change there, we'll see. And a whole lot more next week on the March 3rd edition of Monday Night Raw on Netflix. And that's that. That's that. Alright, then we go to your main event, ladies and gentlemen, for the women's tag team titles. Naomi and Bianca Belair teaming up against the two-time former champions Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. And this match was a banger. I'm surprised this was a banger. But they put it all on the line. Lots of flippy-dippity-doos. Shatter Machine gets a near fall on Bianca. I didn't even know that Liv and Raquel could hit the Shatter Machine. I didn't even know they even used it. But this is the second time they actually used it, and they got a near fall out of that. And then Dominic Guerrero, he comes out for the distraction, break up the double KOD. Raquel goes for the hits the Tejana Bomb into Oblivion on Naomi. On Bianca, and then Naomi had to make the save. And then a spear drops Raquel, and everyone needs to take a moment for a breather. The fans going nuts. Liv reverses a suplex into a small package for an near fall on Bianca. Comes right back with the KOD. Goes for the cover. Raquel has to make the save. And then Naomi gives her a hangman pedigree on the apron, or a heat seeker, if you will. We get that. And then they go for the double KOD. It kind of sort of hit. It looked like a little botched on Liv. And then Naomi goes for the cover, but Liv's foot was put on the ropes by Dom. Good job, Dom. And then Raquel drops Bianca onto the announcer's table. Ow. Naomi takes her down with a dive to the outside. They go back in. Liv tries for Oblivion. It gets blocked. Only for Liv to roll up Naomi for a near fall. And then Naomi hits the rear view on Liv. And then, Dominic Guerrero is once again on the apron to cause some ruckus. He gets brought into the ring, and then the referee has to get him out somehow, which allowed Raquel to send Naomi into the ring post head first. Ow! And the smack that she hit it with. Damn. So she hits that. Naomi is knocked the fuck out. And then Liv just basically pins her. 1, 2, 3. We have new tag team champions in Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez for the third time in 12-12. Make a wish. So that's that. Alright, so Judgment Day gets back the women's tag team belts. That's gonna be... We're gonna pretty much make Finn Balor pretty happy, but we'll see what happens on Monday Night Raw this Monday. And then, yeah, that's it. So match was great. 3.5 out of 5 stars. Afterwards, Liv, Raquel, and Dom celebrate. We get some pyro. And that's pretty much it for Monday Night Raw, as it ended around 10:40-ish. So almost a 2 hour, 45 minute show. So it's getting close to 3 hours, but it ended a little bit earlier, so it's good. So, congrats to Liv and Raquel. Thankfully, get those belts off of Bianca and Naomi, and we'll see what happens with them at the Chamber. And maybe Jade Cargill comes back, and we'll see what happens with that. But all in all, Raw wasn't that bad. And I gave it 7.25 out of 10 stars for that. And then we're going to move on. Alright, NXT's on the air live from Cincinnati, Ohio. Right near where the Bungles play, right near where the Reds play. So, should be a great night. As we see Javon Evans and Absolute Ricky Starks make their way into the arena. Ricky Starks' first official match at NXT as they team up against Wes Lee and Ego Ethan Page. As they come in with Tyreek Igve and Tyson DuPont. The Hardy Boys are in action. They're going to be taking on Catchpoint 3.1. That's Miles Oakham, Ozzy Osbourne, and Tavion Heights. And now we go inside the arena where AEW was about a month ago. That great looking arena with a small stage. So we get all that. Alright, the lights are out. And Stephanie Vercoeur is coming out. The Women's North American Champion, as she will be... Who's she taking on tonight? I don't even know. She's taking on some chick. Alright, so Stephanie Vercoeur looking amazingly hot, as always. I like that entranceway. They have the entrance, they have the Tron behind it, and the fans, like, on the side, like old school NXT. That's kind of nice. I like that. But the ramp is just like like an AEW style ramp. No, you don't go down and then go into the ring and stuff like that. You go straight to the ring. Old school WCW ramps. But we move on with that. So. Alright, so Stephanie Vercoeur. I think she's taking on somebody from Fatal Influence. I don't know who she's taking on. Let's see who she takes on, actually. I like those horns. Oh, she's taking on Carmen Petrovic. I forgot Carmen won the match last week to get the title shot. She kind of, pinned, it was Jada Parker and Kehlani Jordan, and, Carmen pinned Kehlani to get the shot. And then pretty much got beat up by Fatal Influence until Julia, Stephanie Vercoeur, and Big Mama Pump, Jordan Grace, came out to save her. Alright, so we'll see how this goes. I think Stephanie will retain. I think. But we'll see what happens with that. Alright, I'm going to go watch NXT, ladies and gentlemen. I will be back a little bit later tonight on my Peter Joseph channel for video number 2 on your 2 for Tuesday. And that's pretty much it for that. Alright guys, I am out of here. 7.25 out of 10 stars for Raw. It was a pretty decent show, and we'll see what happens this Friday night on SmackDown as we go right into the Elimination Chamber. And that's that. Alright guys, until next time, I'm Peter Joseph signing off. Peace out, rock on, and rock hard with your cuckoo. And if you're not down with that, you stupid sons of bitches, well, I got 3 words for you. Fuck you, man. That's that. I'll see you later, guys. Until next time. Peace.